The moon moved closer, overnight. On Tuesday morning, nothing felt unusual. People woke up, checked their phones, went to work, made coffee, complained about traffic, and continued with their normal lives. Nobody had any reason to believe that this day would be remembered for the rest of human history. The first reports started appearing online at around 7:13 a.m. They were ordinary posts from ordinary people. Someone in California uploaded a picture with the caption, "Why does the moon still look huge?" Someone in Japan posted, "Am I crazy, or does the moon look different?" At first, people laughed. A few comments called it fake. Others blamed phone cameras. Some said it was just another internet trend. Nobody took it seriously, because people had seen strange things online before. But then astronomers started paying attention, not because of social media itself, but because observatories across different countries were suddenly seeing something that should not have been possible. According to their measurements, the moon was not exactly where it should have been. At first, they assumed an equipment problem. Then they suspected software errors. Then calibration issues. But there was one problem. The numbers kept matching. Different telescopes, different countries, different systems. Same result. The moon had shifted, not by a few meters, not by a few kilometers, thousands. And suddenly a much more terrifying question appeared. Objects the size of the moon do not simply change position. Something had to move it. Something had to pull it or push it. And if something powerful enough existed to move the moon, Earth might already be experiencing consequences. But nobody outside scientific circles knew that yet. The public still believed everything was under control. News channels invited astronomers and researchers to explain the situation. But something felt strange. Every answer sounded careful, almost too careful. They kept repeating the same sentence. There is currently no immediate danger. People heard the words, but they also heard something else. They heard uncertainty. Because scientists usually explain things confidently. Science depends on confidence. When airplanes fly, we know why. When tides change, we know why. When planets move, we know why. But this time, nobody knew why. By late afternoon, the internet had become completely obsessed with the moon. Live streams started appearing everywhere. People pointed cameras at the sky from rooftops, beaches, parking lots, and apartment windows. Millions watched together. Some laughed. Some made jokes. Some started creating conspiracy theories. Some said governments were hiding information. Some said aliens had arrived. Then another report came in. Flights over certain ocean regions started experiencing unusual readings. Nothing dangerous at first, but enough for pilots to notice. Compasses showed temporary shifts. Navigation systems briefly corrected themselves. Autopilot systems adjusted unexpectedly. Again, the changes were small. But small changes create big questions. Because Earth's gravity system works like a balance, everything moves according to predictable rules. The moon affects Earth, and Earth affects the moon. If one side suddenly changes, the entire system starts reacting. Scientists immediately started running simulations. They wanted answers. They wanted explanations. But every simulation produced results nobody wanted to see. Because if the moon had actually moved closer, even slightly, the effects would become worse over time. Stronger tides, more extreme weather, more geological stress, more pressure on fault lines. And then someone asked a question that made the room completely silent. What moved it? Because the moon moving was terrifying. But something moving the moon was much worse.